The notification sound on my phone used to make my heart skip with anticipation. Now it just made my stomach turn. I stared at Megan's latest message, the words burning into my retinas like acid. "Stop being so needy, Tom. I'll text when I feel like it." Needy. That's what she called me for asking where she was at midnight. Needy for wondering why she couldn't answer a simple, "How was your day?" text for 6 hours. Needy for being a husband who actually gave a damn about his wife. I'm Tom Rourke, 38 years old, IT consultant for mid-sized businesses in Portland. I fix computers and networks for a living, which means I'm good at finding problems and solving them. The problem sitting in front of me now wasn't going to be fixed with a software update. My phone buzzed again. This time, it wasn't Megan. It was Pete, my best friend and manager of O'Malley's bar downtown. "Dude, you coming out tonight? You sound like hell lately." I did sound like hell. Felt like it too. 3 months ago, Megan started working late constantly. New clients, she said. Big deals in real estate. Her phone was always buzzing with notifications she'd quickly silence or take into another room. "Rain check, Pete. Got some things to figure out." The rain was typical for Portland in October, drumming against our apartment windows like impatient fingers. Megan was at another client dinner, her third this week. I opened my laptop and did what any IT guy would do when something didn't add up. I started investigating. Our phone plan showed her data usage had tripled in the past 2 months. Late-night calls to numbers I didn't recognize. Location services showed she'd been to the same address on Burnside Street 15 times in 3 weeks, an address that wasn't any real estate listing I could find. My sister Amanda called while I was deep in digital detective work. "Tom, you missed Mom's birthday dinner last Sunday. What's going on?" "Sorry, Mandy. Things are complicated right now." "It's Megan, isn't it? I could tell at the barbecue last month. She barely looked at you." The barbecue. That's where I'd overheard her friend Lisa talking to another woman near the kitchen window. "Megan says this Carter guy is incredible, like the best she's ever had. But she keeps Tom around for stability, you know? Poor guy has no clue." Carter. I'd heard that name before. "Tom? You still there?" "Yeah, Mandy. Just thinking." "Well, think faster. Life's too short to waste on people who don't appreciate you." Before we dive deeper into this story, I have one small request. Please subscribe, drop a like, comment, and hit that hype button to boost this channel so more people can discover these incredible Reddit stories. After hanging up, I pulled up Megan's real estate agency website. There he was in the business partners section, Carter Voss, motivational speaker and business consultant. 42, silver hair, $1,000 smile. The kind of guy who probably called everyone champ and drove a BMW. My phone buzzed. "Megan, working late again, don't wait up." This time I didn't respond. Instead, I grabbed my keys. The Burnside address led to an upscale condo complex called River Heights. I parked across the street feeling ridiculous and determined in equal measure. The rain had stopped, but the streets were still slick and shining under the streetlights. I didn't have to wait long. Megan's silver Honda pulled into the visitor parking at 9:47 p.m. She stepped out wearing the black dress I'd bought her for our anniversary, the one she said was too fancy for anywhere we'd go. She walked to the main entrance like she owned the place, using a key card to get in. A key card she definitely didn't get from any real estate client. I waited in my car for 2 hours, taking photos with my phone when she finally emerged at 11:52 p.m. Her hair was messed up, her lipstick gone. She was with him, Carter Voss, looking exactly like his website photo, but smugger in person. They kissed by her car. Not a polite goodbye peck, the kind of kiss that made my stomach clench and my hands shake with rage. I followed her home, staying 3 cars back. She beat me there by 10 minutes, just enough time to fix her hair and change clothes. When I walked in, she was on the couch in pajamas, watching Netflix like she'd been there all evening. "How was work?" I asked. "Exhausting. Difficult clients." She didn't even look at me. "I'm going to bed." The next morning, I called in sick to work and visited a friend from college who'd become a private investigator. Carla Hines had been a Portland police detective for 12 years before going private. She was sharp, cynical, and expensive. "Cheating spouse case?" she asked, looking over the photos I'd printed. "Yeah, I need to know everything about this Carter Voss guy. Standard rate is $200 a day plus expenses. Most people don't really want to know everything, Tom. You sure about this?" "I'm sure." Carla's report came back 3 days later. Carter Voss was a piece of work. Divorced twice, both times for adultery. His motivational speaking business was barely profitable, but he lived like he was rich. Credit card debt up to his eyeballs. 2 complaints filed with the Better Business Bureau for taking payment for seminars he never delivered. But the most interesting part was his pattern. He targeted married women in professional settings, usually real estate or sales. The affairs typically lasted 3 to 6 months before he moved on to the next mark. Megan was just another conquest. I confronted her that Thursday night when she came home from another client dinner. "How's Carter?" I asked casually, not looking up from my laptop. She froze in the doorway, car keys still in her hand. "What?" "Carter Voss, your business partner, the one you've been sleeping with for 3 months." The silence stretched between us like a taut wire. Finally, she sat down across from me, not even bothering to deny it. "It just happened, Tom. We connected." "Connected? That's what you call it?" "You don't understand. You never understood me. Carter gets me. He makes me feel alive. And I make you feel what? Bored? Secure? Like a safety net while you figure out your life?" Her face flushed. "Maybe. Yes, you're safe, Tom. Predictable. Carter is exciting. So exciting he's cheated on 2 wives and owes $30,000 in credit card debt." She stared at me. "You had me investigated?" "I had him investigated. I followed myself. Nice dress, by the way. The one I bought you for our anniversary. How romantic." Megan stood up, her face twisted with anger. "You're pathetic, Tom. Following me around like some stalker. This is exactly why I needed someone else. You're needy and controlling and faithful and honest. And stupid enough to think my wife was working late instead of screwing a con artist." She grabbed her purse and headed for the door. "I'm staying at Lisa's tonight. We'll figure this out tomorrow." "No," I said quietly. "We won't. Pack your things and get out. You've got 1 week." The door slammed hard enough to rattle the windows. Megan didn't come back the next day or the day after that. She sent a text on Saturday. "Coming by to get my things. Don't be there." But I was there. And so was Amanda, who'd driven over when I called her. "You look terrible," my sister said, studying my face. "When's the last time you slept?" "Sleep is overrated." Megan arrived at noon with Carter in tow. He was even more obnoxious in person. Expensive suit, fake tan, the kind of handshake that crushes your fingers to prove dominance. "Tom, buddy, no hard feelings, right? These things happen. Megan and I, we just clicked, you know?" "Yeah, I know exactly what you are, Carter." His smile faltered slightly. "Look, pal, I know this is tough, but I'm not your pal. I'm not your buddy. I'm the husband whose wife you've been screwing for 3 months while pretending to be her business partner." Amanda stepped forward. "You need to leave, both of you. Take what you came for and go." Megan was stuffing clothes into suitcases, moving fast like she wanted to get out before something exploded. Carter kept talking, trying to smooth things over with his motivational speaker charm. "The thing is, Tom, sometimes people grow apart. It's nobody's fault. Megan needs someone who can match her energy, her ambition. She's a firecracker, this one. She's a liar and a cheat. Perfect match for you." Carter's face hardened. "Hey now, there's no need for— Get out." I stepped closer to him. "Get out of my apartment, get out of my life, and take her with you." They left with 3 suitcases and a lot of awkward silence. Amanda made coffee while I changed the locks. "You okay?" she asked. "No, but I will be." "What's your plan?" I looked at the folder Carla had given me, full of Carter's dirty secrets and financial disasters. "I'm going to make sure everyone knows exactly who they're dealing with." "Tom, don't do anything stupid." "I won't, but I'm definitely going to do something." The first thing I did was email Carter's business report to every member of Megan's real estate agency. The second thing was to create a fake Craigslist ad using Carter's phone number, offering free kittens to good homes. His phone would be ringing for weeks, but that was just the warm-up. I spent the weekend researching Carter's client list and social media contacts. Monday morning, I sent a detailed email to everyone he'd ever worked with, outlining his history of taking payment for services never delivered, his multiple affairs, and his current financial situation. By Tuesday, Carter's business phone was disconnected. Wednesday, I got a call from an unknown number. "You son of a bitch, what did you do?" "Hello, Carter. How's business?" "You ruined me. My clients are dropping like flies. My landlord is threatening eviction. What the hell is wrong with you?" "What's wrong with me? I'm needy, remember? Your girlfriend told me so." "This isn't over." "You're right. It's not." Thursday evening, Megan showed up at my door alone. She looked exhausted, her usual polish replaced by dark circles and wrinkled clothes. "Tom, we need to talk." "No, we don't. Carter's broke. He can't pay his rent. His business is falling apart." "Sounds like a personal problem." "You did this. You destroyed his life." I laughed, actually laughed. "I destroyed his life?" "Megan, he destroyed his own life by being a con artist and a serial cheater. I just made sure people knew about it. He loves me. He loves your stability, your income, your apartment when his gets repossessed. Sound familiar?" She started crying then, real tears that might have moved me 3 weeks ago. Now they just made me tired. "I made a mistake, Tom. I know that now. Can we try again? Can we fix this?" "You called me needy for caring about you. You lied to me for months. You brought him to our home to pick up your things like I was some roommate you were moving away from. There's nothing to fix, Megan. We're done." She left without another word. Friday morning, I got a call from Pete. "Dude, you need to see this." Carter had shown up at O'Malley's the night before, drunk and belligerent, telling everyone who'd listen that I'd ruined his life over a woman. He'd tried to start a fight with 2 different customers before Pete had him thrown out. "He's looking for you, Tom, and he's not looking to talk." Saturday night, Carter found me. I was leaving the grocery store when he stepped out from behind a parked car. He looked awful, unshaven, clothes wrinkled, eyes wild with desperation and rage. "You happy now?" he snarled. "You cost me everything. You cost yourself everything. I just helped people see who you really are. You think you're so smart, so superior. You're nothing, Tom. A boring little IT guy who couldn't keep his wife interested. At least I'm not a broke con artist begging for spare change." He swung at me then, a wild haymaker that I saw coming from a mile away. I stepped aside and he stumbled, falling hard against a shopping cart. When he got up, his nose was bleeding and his expensive suit was torn. "Stay away from me, Carter. Stay away from Megan. Find some other married woman to scam, because this one's over." He wiped blood from his nose with his sleeve. "This isn't over." "Yes, it is." I walked to my car and drove home, checking my mirrors to make sure he wasn't following. But he was right about one thing. It wasn't over. Sunday morning brought the last surprise. Megan was waiting by my car when I came down to go to the hardware store. "Tom, please, just listen to me." "There's nothing to listen to." "Carter's gone. He left town yesterday. Couldn't handle the pressure." I stopped walking. And I realize what I lost, what I threw away. You were right about him, about everything. I know. Can we try again? Can we start over? I looked at her, really looked. 3 weeks ago, this was all I wanted. Megan back, apologetic, ready to work on our marriage. Now she just looked like a stranger who happened to know where I lived. No. Tom, please, I love you. You love the idea of me, the safety net, the guy who pays half the rent and doesn't ask questions when you work late. But you don't love me, Megan. You never did. That's not true. It is true. And you know what? I'm okay with it. Because I don't love you anymore either. She stared at me like I'd slapped her. You don't mean that. I do. For the first time in 3 months, I absolutely do. I got in my car and drove away, leaving her standing in the parking lot. At the hardware store, I bought new deadbolts for my front door and a small security camera for the hallway, just in case. But I never saw Megan or Carter again. Pete told me later that Carter had left Portland owing money to half the city. Megan moved back in with her parents in Seattle. Her real estate license was suspended after the agency discovered she'd been using company resources for personal business. 6 months later, I ran into Lisa at a coffee shop downtown. She looked embarrassed when she saw me. Tom, hi, how are you? Good, really good. I heard about Megan and Carter, I'm sorry. Don't be. Best thing that ever happened to me. She fidgeted with her coffee cup. I should have said something earlier, about what was happening. We all knew. Yeah, you should have. Are you dating anyone? I smiled. Actually, yeah. Her name's Sarah, she's a teacher. Honest, funny, treats me like I matter. That's great, Tom, really. It is. Walking home that day, I realized I hadn't thought about Megan's last text in weeks, the one calling me needy. It didn't hurt anymore. If anything, it made me laugh. Because needy wasn't the right word. The right word was caring. And if caring about someone makes you needy, then I'd rather be needy than empty. Carter learned that lesson the hard way. So did Megan. As for me, I learned that sometimes the best revenge isn't getting even, it's getting better.